Hello and welcome to Bell Curve Gaming. Today I'm bringing you an Arcanine deck featuring the Arcanine with the Warming Up ability, where if this Pokemon has a Burning Scarf attached to it, it gets a bonus 100 HP. So instead of having 130 base, if something has 230 HP, which is pretty damn good on a single prize card Pokemon, and a stage 1 at that. Now, its attack's a little bit underwhelming. I've spoken about 130 baseline attacks in previous videos, but 3 NGs does 130, which is a little bit meh. So we're really hoping that this guy lasts an attack to really make the numbers up that we're going to need to with the Arcanine. Now, this Burning Scarf does contribute to that though, because anytime they attack us with damage, they end up burnt. So that gives them an extra, like a guaranteed 20 damage onto them, and possibly 40 on the way back to them as well if they flip tails in between turns. But it can certainly make up the numbers gap here and there that just helps the Arcanine with the baseline 130. Now, in terms of the deck, we also have a Heatran GX that has been teched in here. He's here just like as a big finisher more than anything else with the Hot Burn GX. We can swoop in with the Heatran, scoop all the Fire Energies that we've got onto the board, and have a nice big attack with the Hot Burn GX, 50 times the number of Fire Energies attached to this Pokemon. So, yes, it can one-shot anything in the game, and can certainly close out matches. In terms of the rest of the deck's built trying to be as consistent as possible, because we are an NG hungry deck again. We generally need to get into our welders in early turns, and often getting into our welders frequently. I mean, we're hoping that Arcanine can last a hit here and there, so we don't necessarily have to get into welder every turn, but we're trying to build a deck that's going to be as reliable as possible and hitting as many welders as possible. So we're featuring Jirachi because Jirachi is just great for being able to find cards off of the top of your deck that might help you out. We've got Aranguru because that can really combo nicely with Mewtwo, which can go and get supporters back from the discard, be that a welder, be that a draw supporter, or even be that boss's orders, because this can be absolutely nuts to close games, being able to just Mewtwo that back, pick it back up with the Oranguru, and then finish off with a Heatran or something like that. So that little combo comes in handy. I've also got Oricorio because anytime they knock out one of our Pokemon, so given that we're mostly a one prize card deck, we get to draw an extra 3 cards, which can be absolutely insane and can actually win you games, in certain situations. We've got our draw line, so our Pokemon search line, so 4 Quick Balls, 2 Evo Incenses. We've gone 3 Pokegears because we need to find our welders as often as possible. Plus, it can be useful to find other supporters here and there as well. So if we miss on a Jirachi on finding one of our supporters, we might go to the Pokegear and see if we can find it that way. Got 1 Ordinary Rod just in case we need to shuffle back a Growlithe Arcanine line back, just to give us a 5th, prize card, single prize card attacker before we finish off with the Heatran. 3 Switch and a Skateboard just to get out in and out of our Jirachis. 3 Giant Hearse to pick up Fire Energies. A Heat Factory to give extra draw. 3 Fire Crystal will go and get our Fire Energies back. And then there's our supporter line down in there. So the idea of this deck is we're swinging in with Arcanine early, hoping that Arcanine can last a hit, given that it's got 230 HP. Leaves them burnt, maybe they'll make up the numbers that we need here and there, and then finishing off with the Heatran GX as our big finisher of the deck. So this deck's an absolute blast to play. I do highly recommend it, but let's get into those games. Alright. Looking for welder as a minimum to start this game. I love people that take over a minute to set up. It's good for the game. Alright, so we got a Pikarom deck probably, which will really put the test of, how quickly can I set up. So yeah, it really is a matter of, can we hit ourselves welder here? And I think we're going to take the chance that we can, just back ourselves to find it. Yeah, we can't one-shot you this turn. I was thinking Heatran, but no, there's no one-shots available this turn. Stellar Wish, we've got Welder, fantastic. So Welder, onto you. These 2 bad boys. Get another Growlithe down. I reckon we'll NG attach this Growlithe, start setting you up. Get a Burning Scarf onto you, and that seems like a pretty good first turn. We got Research for the next turn, so we're probably NG attaching and just Research out. What am I, 230 when I'm set up, aren't I? So that's an awkward number, I think. We probably need to get Mew down at some point, assuming this is Pigger Run, of course. Although, when you think about it, that was a very slow turn one for a Pigger Run deck. It's looking Pigger Rummy. Yeah, there it is. So we need a fair bit. Like, he needs to be able to bin energies. He needs an E-switch and the Thunder Mountain with an NG attachment. Although, no, bin NG and Thunder Mountain will do it. Or E-switch and Thunder Mountain. Doesn't have it. Okay. Alright, so we'll Burning Scarf to you. NG attached to you. Research out. We need a switch card. And kind of badly too. I'm gonna chuck that. Get these two out of the deck. Search for any kind of switching. That'll do. Is there a board? Nope, no board. Grab that. Seems good. Arcanine on. And switch. For the moment, just Fire Mate. So it's set up to be able to easily get 2 prize cards at some point. But this is also currently set up without a Tool Scrapper to be really awkward to one-shot. I mean, Tag Bolt with a... Like, Tag Bolt with an E-Power can do it. But that's also, you know, the GX attack gone if he does that route. Thunder Mountain speed, so he's got the attack here. We're two-shotting. We might need to somehow get a Mew. That's probably the next priority, is dig our Mew out. And I don't know if Mew's available, which is really sad. Dead A change, or just get something to power up in the back line? Sun to power up in the back line. Alright. What's Choo Choo hit for? 160? Yeah. So we are forcing 2 shots. If I can get everything set up. I actually need a fair bit here. I probably need another Growlithe at the same time. Mew's probably the big one, because this is a tag switch away. And that's deadly. So Mew, I think, is really the absolute priority. Or a Oricorio too soon for you. So we're just weldering onto this Growlithe. We can go and find our Mew. I reckon that's the priority here, right? Right. I think so. Yeah. It's got to be that. Drop Poker Gear, go and get ourselves... Oh, Mew's prized. Feels bad. We don't have a switch, do we? No. Because it's going to say this would be actually an insane... is it? Could be a good finisher. Could be a good surprise finisher as well. We'll just grab Growlithe then. Grab ourselves the Arcanine. We're really hoping that he doesn't have Mew. Oh, so he doesn't have Mew, that he doesn't have Tag Switch here. No, Tag Bolt. Not Tag Switch. I knew what I meant. For the moment, we're holding. Fireman. Get the 130 on. We're hoping to not see Mallow and Lana either, because Mallow and Lana's really hurt. Let's hit research. So I'm just thinking of things that we need in the next turn. We need to build up probably another Arcanine. Tapu Koko V. That's also bad. Provides another attacking option. And it's going to really test my bosses. I wouldn't mind bosses, to be honest. Just so I can pick off some of these Pokemon that we're getting chip damage onto. Because his game plan will be just keep running away into these other Pokemon at the moment. I'm also worried about the Tag Bolt. And I'm also worried about dropping Oricorio, but I feel like I've got to drop an Oricorio. I need the draw. I really do. Are we going to Jirachi here? I mean, I can draw 6. In that draw 6, I've got to hit at least a switch or board. I think we need to go to Jirachi because we just need its pull. Something that's too important. Of course, it doesn't get the extra 20 damage. Whether that'd make a difference or not, I don't know. Let's Fire Crystal back. These energies. Welder onto Growlithe. These two. Don't hit switch yet. I'm really worried about not having Mew. Attacking with a 2-prizer now I feel like is short-sighted. Even though we could get the KO by doing it. This worries me. This worries me a lot. But I need the draw. Still don't have any switching. Are we using Heatran here? If we get a switch. I would need to put 5 energies onto it. 4 is not enough. 5 energies is a lot to commit. I mean, I've got the Welder and Fire Crystals to re-attack on the next turn. I go down to 3 prizes, but I get 3 of them. Tapu Koko is set up to take me straight out. But I'm a bosses away from winning. And I've got boss in the deck, and I feel like I should have the confidence. We're going to grab Heatran. I need a switch, though. That's something I do need, is the switch. Come on, find a switch. Oh, you are kidding me, aren't you? You are kidding me. Out of all those cards, I don't see a switch. That's brutal. Okay, so we can't drop Heatran. And we've just got to pray just a minute. I kind of want to energy attach, but I'm just going to have to sit and hold. I'm thinking... I'm trying to think where all the prize cards are coming from. Pigorom's 3 of them. I really wanted this to be 3 of them. The fact that we go down here is so painful. Because I miss a switch. And you think of how many cards I've seen, and I've seen 1 switch for the game, and I've got 4 switching options. Oh... That's so frustrating when that happens, when you're up against such an efficient deck. Especially since we could get tag bolted here. For 3 prize cards. Is it 3? Yeah, it's 3. He switched. I haven't even got a stadium to house this yet when I think about it. So he's going to force me to have the bosses. So I think we boss on the next turn. Thank you. I need some luck. No! No! I need that boss on the next turn because he's just going to keep dodging me. It's down the bottom of the deck. I've got to shuffle. No matter what here, I have to shuffle the deck and then draw from it. So it's Arcanine out. Oh, there's the switch. Thank you. I'm thinking we're dropping Evo. Although Evo could draw something else out. Definitely don't want to Rod back yet. What's the chance of us needing Rod? Probably not. So let's drop this. Grab the 2 fires out. I need that Heatran. Oh wow, I've got no Arcanines left. So I should have dropped, yeah, alright. So we need that Heatran. We want bosses this turn if we can get it. I don't like our chances here. Especially since I was planning to pull something else with that Evo, but obviously we can't. We got bosses this turn, so that means next turn we're after Mewtwo. So we'll boss this up. Get the prize card. Drop a Fire Energy to you. And drop a Rangaroo down. Just thin that. Primitive Wisdom. Oh, beautiful. If I can hold this, this is lovely. Alright, get rid of the Tagbolt GXer. Oricorio doing some work there. Doing some good work. So as it stands, we have game here. Because we can pull this up. We need 5 NGs and the Heatran can get it. So he has to hand disrupt now. He has to run Marnie. And Marnie would be brutal. Oh, he doesn't run Marnie. That's game, isn't it? 4, 5 energies. No, I need one more energy. I top deck it. Plus, I've got Giant Hearth. I think we're home. We'll drop Oricorio. I think. Let me think through what I need to do so I don't stuff this up. So it's Heatran, I need 5 energies on it, so it's just energy attached to Heatran. And then Oranguru up. So I need this first to go and get Mewtwo. I need Mewtwo to go and get Boss. I need Oranguru to go and get our boss out. Doesn't matter what for. I need Heatran down. I need an energy attachment. I need a boss to this Choo-Choo. We need to run a switch. I could have retreated, but anyway. Grab these fire energies and this one. All to the Heatran. And we're there. Boom. Got him. There was some devastating, it was a devastating Marnie, but we got out of trouble. It was also devastating getting locked into that Jirachi that turn, but GG's, GG's. Alright. Jirachi, oh, we miss Arcanines. We got a Goon deck coming. Alright. So if we can get up and going, I feel okay against Goons. But it's a big question of if we can get up and going in time. I don't know how I feel about Oricorio dropping that, because that can be an easy 2 prize card turn at some point. The giant hearth is an interesting one right now. About whether or not I use it before I Stellar Wish. Because if I do, like, a welder doesn't help me. So I'm actually looking for one of my other draw supports. Unless, of course, Poké Gear might get welder, maybe. Or we could grab research. I actually think we're probably looking at a research play this turn. More than anything else. Because we need setup badly. Drop Oricorio, feels bad to do that, but gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. We're just researching this whole hand. There's no way that I can get that ordinary rod back if I research the hand. I only just thought of that. Which means I'm down to, what, 5 Pokemon for the game maximum. Oh well, it is what it is. One of them's not going to be usable against these goons. What are we dropping here? Got to be careful about how many fires I exactly drop just a minute. We've got boards, so we probably can afford to drop a switch. I could regret that, but we'll see. Grab the burning scarf? Yeah, that's fine. And we'll leave it there for the moment. Although, do I just want to hit a 10 in on this? Chance of this going down this turn. If he hits Candy, it goes down. Do I just sack the Jirachi? Jirachi's a huge Pokemon to sack. But I need an attacker next turn, so we just have to take the chance. See whether or not he has the Jirachi this turn. Like, he can sack it. He'd need a switch, he'd need Candy, he'd need Goon. Which he can get off of this. He ditches a Goon. But Candy, Switch, and Goon. And he's laughing. Alright, I'm going to pull the Oricorio up. That means losing Switch hurts. But tells me that he's trying to delay. Which means we're just going to have to use a... Alright, we're going to drop a Hearth. Grab a couple of fires out of the deck. We're going to drop Welder. Use this to draw a bit more. We're still digging at the moment. We're going to drop bosses. Grab ourselves out. So I've got two thoughts here. I could grab an Oranguru, which can give me that one extra draw, which might be nuts. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to Welder to the Growlithe. These two. Alright. We got what we needed, just. So we grab out now an Arcanine. We can get another Growlithe down. Burning Scarf to you. What we should just quickly check is whether or not the final switch is there. Nope. Alright, we'll drop that to you. Retreat out. And start smacking with the Arcanine. So Mewtwo can go and get ourselves out a Welder here. I mean, Boss could be okay as well, but... really depends how threatened I feel. So right now, this is sitting pretty with 230 HP. And he's going to need to find Tool Scrapper or something to deal with that. Alright, getting extra pings. It's interesting it's going to the front line just the minute. It's going to be able to play the Dole game a fair bit. And I feel like if I can get used out of the Heat Factory, that maybe we wait on rushing the Welder. Alright, so he's going to set up for the Y-Beetle play. In a couple of turns, probably. Yeah, so setting up for the Y-Beetle play, which means I need to set up to get another Arcanine going. So having the Mewtwo in hand is helpful for that. We could... I'd need a switch to really do it, like make that a really worthwhile play. We could, let's first of all do this. Fire Crystal, get back 3 energies. I think we'll Heat Factory first. So we get the Welder, which will run. Do I want to draw anything out before I do this Welder play? Maybe. Probably not right now. So Welder onto Growlithe, these two. So we got the Heatran that we could jump into to get rid of that Y-Beetle at some stage. We'll drop this Growlithe down. Primitive Wisdom. Possibly the Marnie, just for the minute. See what we get. Another Burning Scarf. So I've got to assume this Arcanine probably goes down on the next turn. So yeah, right now we're just holding. There's nothing really worthwhile doing. Just a minute. Take down the Lily's Polkadot. I'm just very aware also that Tool Scrapper could come out at some stage, so... I just want to get rid of these dolls, they're going to be annoying. Alright, got the Candy Goon play now. Yep, here's the Candy Goon. Alright, setting up that Growlithe. We need to get some Arcanines on the board, that's something we do need. If I had a switch in hand, I've taken away my Heatran play, actually. I was going to say, if I had a switch and just be able to knock that out, but yeah, we've taken out the Heatran. I feel like just keeping bosses for later is more useful. Although, do we boss up this Jirachi now? That could be a good play, actually, bossing up a Jirachi. I don't know. We don't get to use our Heat Factory unless our top deck's something useful. Let's Pokegear. We miss on that. So, let's just see what our top deck is then. Oh, there's the switch, but that doesn't help us just a minute. Because we can't drop Heatran and Mewtwo. Alright, for the moment, we're just going to Fire Main. Because I kind of have a lot of what I want sitting here. So we'll just Fire Main, get rid of this doll. Try and get rid of these delay tactics. Support himself a couple of turns. I'm going to have to deal with the Lily doll at some stage anyway, so I might as well do it right now. It's got the research straight out. Dropped a lot of supporters there. I have to imagine this is probably a Zigzagoon. Yeah. So that'll be this Arcanine gone. I actually have to realise that... I mean, I can get fire energies out of the crystal, yeah, assuming he swings in with this. So I think this next turn's a Heatran, potentially. Keep in mind, I'm probably going to have to switch immediately out of the Heatran afterwards. As he tries to lock me. Dive that, or I just accept two-shotting this guy. He can only hit for 100. Alright, so there's Arcanine gone. It honestly really depends what I think we're going to Fire Crystal first, grab ourselves these out. Possibly should dig a little bit deeper, which we will. So we'll go and pull out Jirachi just to thin that deck out just a little bit more. We're then going to Heat Factory this away. There's an Arcanine. I've got to be aware actually that I might need to put stuff back soon into the deck. We need a welder. So now comes the big question, am I heat training this turn? Just so I can one-shot? I think I am, aren't I? But keep in mind, I'm then going to have to switch straight out of it. I'm going to Heat Tran. They'll require 4 energies onto it. Which means I'd need Welder on the next turn. Which makes things tricky. I actually think I'm going Arcanine here, to be honest. I do think I'm going Arcanine. We're going to go to this guy. 2 energies. We get a second Arcanine down. Energy attached to you. I like keeping a bench spot free just a minute. We'll retreat. We've just got to be careful of the deck out situation as well. So we'll fire, mate. Just go for 2 shot. So he's going to get more pings. Keep in mind, I'm 2-shotting back, which is really bad. But I do have access to bosses at some stage. Oh, I might not be 2-shotting back if burn stays when I think about that. So tempted to Marnie here, but I think I've just got to wait on that. Need to set up another Growlithe, but I don't have that. So I've only got 1 more Arcanine left for the match. Ooh. Alright, Primitive Wisdom. Let's just have a look at what the top deck is. Burning Scarf. I think we might chuck that down. Fire Main just a minute. So I've really got to hope Burn stays, I think. There's the Growlithe. That's a fantastic pull out of that. I'm going to have to Marnie on the next turn. I really don't have much of a choice on that Marnie. Because I need to be able to Welder in future turns. So I think here is... Although we could nearly go for the Welder this turn. What's my HP? 160, so it's still 2-shot. territory. Surprised you're not trying to get this one into one-shot territory, to be honest. So I do have 3 more attackers to go. But being able to Heatran, I'm going to need to be able to... oh, that's unfortunate. I'm going to need to be able to boss's orders when I do use that Heatran play. So yeah, this has to be attacking with Arcanine here. I've got no choice. Am I letting him take this prize card? I think I am for the moment. We're whacking Growlithe down. We need more fire energies, so I probably need a fire crystal or fire energies out of the deck soon. Am I moneying on this turn? Possibly. It could possibly put pressure on him getting... Yeah, I think we're going to money on this turn. I'm going to drop a fire energy down the bottom. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we'll drop Marnie. Because it puts him on a bit of a counter as well. So I've only got 1 fire energy in deck. That's what that just told me. And I don't have any of my... my other fire crystals prize as well. So I'm in a bit of an awkward spot just a minute. That when this Arcanine goes down, we're in a lot of trouble. And it's going to be in 2-shot range. So we might have to dig for that Mewtwo, which we can. And boss something up a little bit quicker. This is something that's worthwhile trying to boss. But I need 4 energies to get it. So this is the KO. And it's the KO on the way back to me, which is fantastic. Missed the fire crystal. So I've only got 4 fire energies to play with. Interesting that you're going to give up that prize too. Because now I'm a boss and that fire energy away. So I need to find that fire energy. Which means Stellar Wishing for not Marnie. I do want to pull that out though. I wanted my other stadium. It's unfortunate. I'm gotta be careful of deck out situation, but we'll pull out our Arcanine and put it down. So we've already used you, so we're retreating to you. And just the moment we're having a swing. We need the fire energy. That's what's killer about this. Let's put back Quick Ball. Ah, that's beautiful. That's what we're wanting. Alright, take this. And there's another fire energy. Beautiful. Exactly what we needed. So right now we have game in so many ways. In fact, we only need boss when I think about this. Oh, he's going to stamp me. That hurts. But we do get to see 3 cards. And we got there. The HP just became way too awkward for him to overcome. Oh, that's... I don't know, do I want to go first or second with this deck? Not really 100% sure, to be honest. Pretty good starting hand, though. Alright, it's got the Volk first up. Am I dropping Giant Hearth here? I feel like I'm probably not. We'll just wait a turn on that. And then we'll just grab ourselves out, possibly a Quick Ball. Yeah, we'll grab ourselves out a Quick Ball here. And I feel like I can probably wait on the Quick Ball. We'll just see what he does for the moment. Wenji attach to you. And just sit and hold and see what he does. So energy spinner, probably not getting manied at this point then. Assuming this will be like looking for a welder turn 1. It's probably Reshazard, flare starter, alright. So the reason why we're looking at the quick ball here is if we have in deck our, let me have a look, Heatran, we win. So we just need to drop this, get rid of this, grab a couple of fires, chuck Heatran down, welder on to our Heatran, couple of fires, energy attach for good measure, switch, doesn't really matter but why not, and we'll GX attack. We could just use our normal Burning Road as well, but that's the joys of Heatran being in the deck. You can end matches really quickly. And it is time to give you my final thoughts on the deck. Now, I actually really enjoyed this deck. I mean, it's a nice beefy Pokemon with the Arcanine, having 230 HP, which is something I really enjoy with a single prize Pokemon. It hasn't got the, you know, best attack in the world, but that HP can just be really annoying for your opponent to have to get around, and the Burning Scarf can actually make up numbers here and there, which is really, really helpful and really useful to getting those numbers that you need to get those KOs. But what I really do like about this deck is having the teched in Heatran GX, because this guy just sitting in the deck makes it so you never feel completely out of it when you're against those tag teams or VMAXs or something like that, because you've always got a threat here that can suddenly come out of nowhere and one-shot anything in the game with the Hot Burn GX, and it might swoop in and hit those final last 3 prize cards out of nowhere to seal the deal. So I like the Heatran GX teched in here, and I really do like the Oranguru, Oricorio and Mewtwo sort of combination in here. So I'm actually falling a little bit more in love with the Oricorio again with these 1 prize card decks that I make, is you can get some unreal value out of the Oricorio and it can actually win you games here and there. So really enjoying that. The one card I've thought about potentially changing, I mean, I like the idea, right, of having this Ordinary Rod in here to pull back a Growlithe Arcanine line to force your opponent to have to take out 5 prize cards like of single prize card attackers and then suddenly swinging in with the Heatran GX as your final finisher, so they've just got to get, you know, that 190 to finish off the game. But having said that, I never found I really used it either, so I'm nearly thinking that we could nearly get rid of the Ordinary Rod and chuck in another switch or another board or something like that, just to give us another switching option, because as you see in one of those games, I got caught out on not having or not being able to find that switch in there. But otherwise, this deck really sets up nicely. You could also actually swap that Ordinary Rod for a Boss's Orders when I think about it. And I kind of like that idea as well. So it'd probably be like playing around with that Ordinary Rod. Maybe that's not the key card to have in here, and maybe think of either a switch or a Boss's Order. But yeah, really enjoyed this deck. Nice and consistent. Had good fun with it. Worthwhile trying out. And for my enjoyment rating, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. Until the next one, I'll catch you later.